Brody and I are back to the spot we were at all of yesterday. We just moved to this spot to sit on the ground where we sat last night. We didn't spook anything coming in this morning like we did yesterday morning. We also haven't seen anything this morning yet. Another nice cool morning. If anything comes through, we should have a pretty good chance at getting a shot at him. It's just we need something to walk through. But sometimes this is a later morning spot than it is an early morning spot. It was kind of that way a little bit yesterday. Hopefully we get something to walk through. Like I said, if we do, we should get pretty close to getting a shot at it if it's a buck. The camera had some pretty good daylight buck movement on it last time we checked it like a week or so ago. But we'll just sit here, wait for a couple hours here and see what happens.
Where's he at? Something over to the left?
Yeah, he's right on the cap of the hill there.
Okay.
Right where it meets the straw.
Yep.
Well, it went from 0 to 100 like in half a second. We've been sitting here all morning, hadn't even seen a single deer, which is weird for this property. Usually we see some does. We're gonna get up not too much longer and heard something come running down off the hill and spotted it up through the trees. And I seen it was a buck right away and told Brody, and he got on it and said it was a shooter for sure. He eventually came our direction, which we're thinking perfect. We're set up to shoot right down this, and then right back here we have two setups. That's the trail they've been using and that the buck used yesterday morning. Took that trail and went down. Even if they don't go down, this trail leads back up behind me here to the trail that they've been using every other morning to go through that little pinch point there by the field. So we thought we had them set up, or thought we were set up for like the trail that they would most likely use. But anyways, he came around this corner, around those 3 hackberry trees, hoping he was going to walk this way. He ended up coming around, was going to walk in front of us. I've got this little tree in front of me, and when he got through some of the thick stuff, I made a little bit of a move with my bow because I knew that was the one shot I was going to get to be able to hopefully get drawn back, because he's literally at 6 yards. So without anything to draw behind, I was waiting for that little bit. Like I said, made a little move with my bow. He stopped, looked right at me. At that point, I was kind of screwed for getting drawn. He stood and looked at me for a while, and at one point he kind of looked back that direction. I figured that was my next best shot, so I went to go draw back. He caught some of that and kind of made a couple jumps out that way. He didn't ever make it far enough in that little gap either before he went back around. So if he would have just walked straight down this trail, like it's wide open and perfect for a shot at like 5 yards, he decided to come around where it didn't really have any shot through any of those trees. So Brody's angle is a little bit different in the camera. It looks like he's out in the open, but he never got out from behind this tree for me to be able to shoot him. The one thing me and Brody talked about for the future is if a deer's that close and out in the open, maybe draw back when he's in my shooting lane. That way if he stops and looks at me, if he stops and looks at me, I'm going to have a shot because I'm already drawn back. But he could also, when he's out in the open, if I draw back, just take off and run too. So hindsight's 20/20. Just my initial quick thinking back, I don't really think I did. There's nothing I would take back other than maybe waiting for him to get there, but that's only because it didn't work out the way I did it. It's just, like I said, hindsight's 20/20. But if he goes right there, it's like a 10-yard shot. But it was a really slow morning until he came running down off that hill. And you could tell from the video that he'd been running from somewhere. His tongue was out. He'd been running around. He eventually went back that way, back up the way he came down, all the way around, and ended up going down on the other side of the creek down here. And we took off up there because I think we both thought he's going to come back through that gap. But he wanted to go that way. But not sure if we'll come back this evening or let him be. And the other thing is, I don't think he knew that we were human. The wind was coming from him to us. I think he just seen us, and seen me, and that's what, kind of made him spook. I wouldn't even call it that he spooked even. So we do have that going for us, but again, so close if he walks right there, but just wouldn't get out from behind those trees. Brody and I are back tonight. This is where we scouted like all summer, and the deer were on that pattern crossing this swamp like every day. And then we came down here and hunted, and they didn't show up. So we gave it like a month and a half now, and now we're back. We're gonna go in, just set on the ground somewhere. We're scouting our way in. There's not too many places we can actually set up. So we're just gonna choose the best one, the one that looks like the deer are using, and then make a setup from there. So we're just gonna walk this edge, like I said, find the sign, find the scrapes, find the rubs, and then set up, hopefully. So, see what happens.